All right, so I did my rows, okay, and increases, and here I am ready to join the front and the back together. Okay, to be able to do that, I would need to put these stitches on hold because I only have one set of needles here, and I need to separate the sleeves. Okay, so I have my sleeve stitches out of the way, and this is the front. Okay, I remove the marker, and I am going to join the front and back. So remember that we need to to have like 7 stitches between here and here, because we're gonna be joining the front and back, and we need to also match the ribbon pattern because the pattern will go like that. Okay, here for that we're gonna be doing it in the following manner. I cast on 7 stitches like that using a scrap yarn. You would need to tie the ends here because you need to fix them, otherwise they're gonna just fall apart. Okay, don't do it hard because it's going to be hard to untie it when you will be removing the scrap yarn. Okay, and you knit right now this 7 stitches, so it's actually 7 plus 2 edge stitches, which we will be knitting together with this edge stitches on our second row. Okay, so here I have 2, so here's the purl stitch, these are the 2 knit stitches. Next one, this one is going to be an edge stitch, so I'm just gonna knit it like that. Next one, because we're gonna be just knitting them on the second row together, next one goes the purl stitch. Okay, 2 knit stitches, 1 2 purl stitch. It's not a very good choice for a scrap yarn that I selected. Then 2 knit stitches and a purl stitch, and this one we knit as a knit stitch. Then here's my front. I'm going to knit it following the pattern. I will have to keep I will have to repeat the same steps for the second sleeve. Okay, we don't need markers anymore because we're not going to make increases anymore. So I'm just gonna continue until I reach the second sleeve. Okay, I got to my second sleeve, and I'm going to place the stitches on hold using the scrap yarn. Okay, Sometimes I do it like that when I, in a rush, and then I need a second row just to make sure that if one stitch will just slip off, then I still have the stitches intact and I would be able to pick them up. Here's another way of putting the stitches on hold. So you just knit a stitch and you pull the yarn like that, but it takes time. But it also ensures that no stitches will be lost in transition. Okay. Okay, so I knit the underarm stitches for the second sleeve, and I did the exact same thing. So the edge stitch is a knit stitch, then purl stitch, 2 knit stitch, purl, 2 knit stitch, purl, and the edge stitch is a knit stitch. Here's my back. You can see that it's longer by 2 centimeters. Another thing to mention is just the direction of work is like that. And when you make increases for the back, you need to make sure that you end right here, okay? So if you count, if you're not able to do 6 rows because you're either on the wrong side or, or when you're on the wrong side, it's going to be like the 7th row or 4th row. It's okay as long as your distance here is no less than 2 centimeters, and 4 stitches of more that will go towards the back won't make a big of a difference on the grand scheme of things. Okay, so now I got to here, and that's going to be second row where I will be joining the edge stitches together, because we need to make sure that we match the pattern. So I turn them this way. Okay, so they're turned, so when I knit them together they won't be twisted. All right, so here is the purl stitch, and then knit 2 knit stitches, purl stitch, knit stitches. Here's my purl stitch, and these 2 edge stitches, they're already in a direction that I need, so I simply enter the needle from here and knit them together. Okay, and then knit stitch. So as you can see, the pattern is not interrupted right now, and if you wonder what to do with this, I'm going to show you in my second video that actually when we're gonna be picking up the stitches to continue to knit the sleeves, so you will be just picking them up from here, and then this yarn you simply just undo the knot here, and undo it or cut it off, remove it. Okay, just make sure that you will pick up all the stitches. Okay, so I continue to knit in the round. As you can see that I already removed the markers, I only left the beginning of row marker, and I'm going to continue to knit in the round. knit together the edge stitches. Don't forget that if they're facing left, then you will need to turn them, so this stitch will go on top of this one. Okay, and here they're already in the direction that I need. This stitch goes under, and that's it. So we're going to be continuing to knit for the length of our sweater until we reach the point where we're going to be doing 2 by 1 rib to finalize our sweater. And 2 by 1 is just falls nicely in the ribbing here.